Hello and welcome to the second video in my base review series. Up first we have Master Flame and Sky Bears. Coming up here, it's got his clan castle in the center. It's slightly lurable from the bottom left, but it's pretty good. You got symmetry on all of your defenses. That's good. But your gold is exposed, especially with the level 7 walls. If someone wants your gold, they could probably get 150,000 at least, especially now that everyone's using spells, now that they cost elixir. You don't need your expos up, but that's fine. You could take your Archer Queen and move her out while she's upgrading. She's not doing any good in there. And you've got some exposed buildings for lure points like that spell factory, and you've got all those wasted decorations over there. They could be used to stop people from deploying the clan castle. Overall, it's a good design, but the gold's a bit exposed. You might want to switch it out for maybe the air defense, and then you'll be set. And you want to work on your walls. Try and get them all to level 8 before you go to Town Hall 10 at least. Because in the end, they actually do matter a little bit. But overall, this is a pretty good design. A little bit exposed on the resources. Try and move them in more. But overall, it's pretty good. Coming up second, we have Rebel of I Quit. I Quit is a large and old clan. Here you can see first off, the air defense are a little bit bunched up. The top and bottom are weak to air attacks because upward facing level 1 expos don't do much. Clan Castle is decently placed, although a Goblin on the Dark Elixir storage could lure that and both heroes at the same time. And this base does have lure points, especially up top. You can't see it right here. You got good symmetry on the mortars. Wizard towers are a little close together. Gold storages are a little close together. If someone comes from one side, they could get both storages and your Dark Elixir storage. I'm sure there's no traps actually around the Dark Elixir storage because there's no space below it. They could come straight in if you're holding a lot of Dark Elixir. Both your heroes can be lured with one troop. One Hog Rider could lure both heroes and the clan castle at once. Decent symmetry on everything. But again, some of the buildings are way too close together. I'm sure you don't need elixir, so you're just using it as shielding. You might want to change the design a little bit, space everything out a little bit more. Coming up next is another member of I Quit. It is Panther. Panther does have the good idea of having the clan castle in the center, along with the Dark Elixir storage. It is slightly lurable by maybe a few goblins or barbarians, but it's not that bad. Might want to space out those outer buildings to make it harder. Expos have great coverage of the whole village. Air defense are a little pressed down to the bottom, but it'll do. Wizard towers could be better spaced because those two bottom gold storages do not have any splash coverage because the mortars, they're in the red zone of the mortars. So only that one top mortar is covering the gold storages. You got good funnels. I like the funnels that you have here. Interesting design, can lure both goblins and the giants or golems, but golems can't be killed by spring traps and such. Coming from the right side, someone could actually take your Dark Elixir storage and 2 gold storages. Coming in through the side, breaking through the side of the funnels instead of going through them. And now that everyone could be carrying 4 or 5 spells, expect that someone could come in with a decent army and 4 rage spells and get all the way to your core and take out your Dark Elixir. So you may want to think about changing it up slightly, possibly having what I call pathing, which is effectively longer compartments that draw them around the center instead of having them go straight for the core. Overall, I like the design. It could be better. There could be better splash coverages on the gold. Up here we have Naruto of Merc Asylum. This actually looks similar to a design I had, only a little bit crooked and a little bit more spaced out and open. First thing that strikes me is the walls are a bit low leveled. Just work on them, that's fine. Air defense are low leveled, watch out for dragons, and with the way they're spaced out, dragons would not do well. Would do very well, I mean, your base would not do well against dragons. If you put those expos in the center where the archer towers are when they're not upgrading, and have those wizard towers there, that spacing is fine. I'm sure all these open spaces have traps, but it's not enough. You really don't want to have huge open spaces. Those are just open spaces rather than funnels. Things could miss the traps. Not enough. Things will space themselves out so only one hits the trap instead of three. So you want to keep it more closed. Good placement on the dark elixir storage, the gold storages, and the clan castle. Not very lurable. Heroes are very lurable because they're both outside. Might want to watch out for that. They do help a lot. Decent coverage on splash. Mortars are a little spaced out. There's some golds, like two of the gold storages only have one mortar on them, but it's not the end of the world. Most of the time people are going to be taking your town hall anyways, but think about the fact that those funnels are too open. But everything else seems pretty solid, except obviously level up your air defense and your walls. Coming up here, we have, I believe, Ranger. Yep, Ranger of Court of Owls. Sorry, I found your base destroyed. This is the Pokeball design. The Pokeball design is a fairly common one. You can see right here, you probably got attacked by a Town Hall 9 or even a board Town Hall 10. And it didn't go so well. Obviously, it's mostly getting destroyed is because you're Town Hall 8. It's gonna happen until you get Expos and Inferno Towers and all that good stuff. There are better Town Hall 8 designs. You should try out some other ones, come up with your own, because as you can see, you lost your Dark Elixir, which is probably what they were going for. But this is a fairly well-established base design. It does decently, so you can keep it. It's fine. Up here we have Master Elite for our last one. He's in Trilogy Elite. You can see Town Hall 7. First thing that strikes me, Clan Castle is very, very lurable. Also, that mortar there is exposed. You want your mortars more in a triangle, less in a line. That way they can be deeper in. Good placement of the wizard towers. Both your gold storages are in the same compartment, which doesn't end very well most of the time. You have some improper T-junctions. As far as upgrades go for a Town Hall 7, you're doing quite well, especially on those walls. Air defense has decent placement. And most of your buildings are covered. There's probably a few exposed buildings down at the bottom, and that's about it. Those are obviously lure points. They'll take your Barbarian King and your Clan Castle down there and kill them. But just try and move those mortars in more of a triangle shape, and get that Clan Castle towards the center. And just try and stagger the walls apart so wall breakers don't open too many compartments at once. You can have more open compartments. You've got a bunch of compartments with only one or two things in it. You could have three, maybe up to four things. Probably not at Town Hall 7. You don't want four things in one compartment. But three things in one compartment saves on walls, allows you to space them out more. And that was the last of it. Thanks for watching. I'll have another video quite soon.